Hi, I'm Fee. I'm a wildlife photographer and videographer from the UK, and I'm on a mission to grow an online following so I have someone to show my work to and hopefully to inspire some people to love wildlife a bit more. If you don't know who I am, I did an introductory video. I'll pop that up here, just explaining who I am and how I got into wildlife photography. So feel free to go and watch that one. So today I thought it would be a good idea to do a little review on my first real wildlife setup. I've had this lovely lens, the Canon 400mm f5.6 EF, for around 10 years. I first had the Canon 600D before I upgraded to the 90D. I upgraded in 2020, so anything you see on my Instagram is taken with this setup at the moment. This is the Canon 90D and the Canon 400 prime f5.6 lens, and it's such a nice kit. They work really well together, and this lens has really withstood the test of time. It's 32 years old, I believe. I bought it secondhand around 10 years ago, and it still is fantastic. The glass is stunning, and I have no issues with it, other than this particular one. The autofocus isn't fantastic. I think it's a little bit broken. Kind of always has been ever since I first got it, but I just used manual focus most of the time, and I was always really happy with what I was getting. Before I got the 400, I had the Canon 75 to 300. This was essentially my first, I'll say, wildlife lens, but for me it was. But 300 is not the biggest reach, unfortunately. I was photographing birds, and there's lots of small birds here in the UK. And as gorgeous as this lens is, and the pictures it takes is fantastic, it actually is the lens that I used to take my favourite photo ever, the Norway orca. I'll pop that one up here. And for that situation, this was amazing. It was perfect because orcas are very big. We were in a rib boat, so very low, and this would have been too big, essentially too big to handle on a small rib boat with lots of sea splash and lots going on, but just the whales would have essentially been too close. So I'm very glad that I opted to put that one on the camera, because there were no changing lenses out at sea. So yes, that is a fantastic lens, the 75 to 300, but for the small birds here in the UK, I wanted just that little bit more reach, and I'd read so many good reviews on this particular lens. So I should talk a little bit more about the 90D, because it is really a gorgeous little body. It's got the flip out screen, which for me was a game changer. I didn't have that on my old 600D. Apparently I don't know how to flip the screen. Yeah, I'd never had that before, and it was a game changer to be able to pull it out and have it at any angle, to be able to shoot. You could shoot low down with the screen out at any kind of angle, and you can always see the screen, which is really great. It also has, or one of the reasons why I got this one at the time, was the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi availabilities on this, which I didn't have before, and the cropping capability in post This is a 32.5 megapixel. I didn't want to go for mirrorless at the time. This was 2020. Before this, I'd only had one camera body, and I thought I wanted to keep the crop factor of the APS-C as well as having 32.5 megapixels to be able to crop in post. And at the time, and I still feel it, I didn't need a mirrorless. But I have now since made that upgrade, and I will be doing a review on that soon, on the Canon R6 Mark II with the 100 to 500mm. And primarily I made that upgrade because I wanted a new lens. This one has done me so well for so long, but I am going on safari soon, and I wanted to be able to zoom out without having to walk backwards, which is what you have to do with this one, whereas on a game drive in a Jeep, that's not possible. They can back up, of course, but you don't always have time to be able to do that. So I wanted to be able to zoom out quickly or in whenever I wanted, and that's the only reason why I have made the upgrade. I didn't think I needed a new camera body. I just wanted a new lens, and in order to have the lens that I wanted and that kind of upgrade, it meant upgrading to a mirrorless body, which was the R6 Mark II. So I decided on the 100 to 500, which I don't have on me currently. It's in the house, as you can tell. I'm not. I decided I wanted the 100 to 500 for that little bit of extra reach over the 400, and down to 100 to be able to get some wider shots as well. I want to be able to get an elephant and some of the landscape and scenery in the images and videos as well. And unfortunately, this lovely lens doesn't have image stabilization, whereas the new lens does, which will help more with video, which is something that I'm now sort of doing a little bit more of, whereas I didn't when I first bought this. That was never my intention. So I will pop some images up on the screen. These were all taken with this setup. Again, it's the Canon 90D and the Canon 400mm f5.6. So that's it. If you are thinking of getting into wildlife photography and you haven't got too big of a budget just yet, that's how we all start out, this setup, you can pick them both up secondhand, I can recommend it being a really, really good starter kit. I've had a lot of fun with this over the years, and I think I will probably always keep it. I might even take it as a secondary, just in case, touch wood, nothing happens to my other kit. It's always good to have a backup, I am told. So thanks for watching if you did stay this long, and please like and subscribe if you did enjoy it. It helps so much, more than you could know, especially for somebody who's really trying to grow their account. I have not that many subscribers yet. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.